And it's really gained steam. My idea a few weeks ago to occupy Bilderberg this year, peacefully draw media attention to what's happening, has picked up a lot of steam. Paul Watson has an article at Infowars.com. Occupy Bilderberg gathers steam. And it goes on, Alex Jones' call for InfoWarriors to occupy Bilderberg during the upcoming meeting in Chantilly, Virginia, is gathering steam, with activists heeding the call to protest the clandestine annual confab involving the globe's top power brokers. Big Facebook pages and others have been set up. Find out more at Infowars.com, and we will see you there to peacefully have thousands there to force mainstream globalist media to cover something they have denied existed. Great job to all the activists out there using startpage.com to Google Occupy Bilderberg. Okay, let me give you now the quote of the day by former president, the late President Harry S. Truman, who said the buck stops here. Well, he went on to say, all the president is a glorified public relations man who spends his time flattering, kissing, and kicking people to get them to do what they are supposed to do anyway. There you go. The buck does not stop with Obama and Air Force One. You know, they're segueing us from Al-Qaeda, who openly works for the foreign banks, to the domestic extremists. So we'll get a bunch of unsavory idiots with tattoos on their faces, who are probably all related to each other. The daughter's the mother there. And they're hiding out in a camp for the end of the world and the war with the Mexicans or whatever. And the feds swoop in and say they had rifles and were training for hand combat. They're terrorists. Away to the FEMA camp with them. I mean, look at that woman. She probably literally can count to 5. I'm sorry. Anyways, continuing here with the news. Don't worry though. It's in Florida, where they admit the leader of the white supremacist group as a federal agent, just like Hal Turner. The group figures prominently as a Homeland Security model for assessing U.S. domestic threats and is described by the ADL, that's Farhad Mossad, as a racist skinhead group that is active in several states around the country. The Southern Poverty Law Centers actually led these groups along with the FBI. Maybe they could tell us. Oh, I told you for 10 years, Hal Turner, Sean Hannity's former producer, was a FBI agent. Good old Hal Turner. Of course, people hacked his email, and it was discovered he was a high-level national security asset. So then they burned him and put him in jail because he threatened state judges. And it came out, the feds came and defended him in court and said, he is one of our people. Didn't matter. They still sent him to jail for threatening judges. FBI operative Hal Turner says government urged him to make violent statements, and he has the documents to prove it. Hal Turner admits he worked for the FBI. Hal Turner paid by FBI to make racist, threatening comments, so they can then connect it to, hey, I don't want the UN taking my land. Well, you hate black people. Hey, I don't want to be under Agenda 21. Oh, you don't like Hispanics. Hey, I don't want government-run health care. What was the MSNBC talking point for years? If you don't like government-run health care written by insurance companies, then you are a racist. This is how they operate. So these guys were so stupid they didn't know that at any white supremacist camp, roughly, this come out in government documents, half the people are informants or agents, and they almost always lead them, just like in the Mexican supremacist groups, the black supremacist groups. But the difference is with the black supremacists there in Florida, it came out last month in the Trayvon Martin case. Oh, by the way, they're calling for now a big gun restriction with that and an end to concealed carry, because the feds are moving to try to block states' funding if they go with that. So. But the point is, turn out the feds had people implanted with the black groups protesting, calling for violence, advocating it to get a race war going, just like NBC edited the tape of Zimmerman saying he didn't like black people or whatever. Shifting gears away from that Fed patsy they flushed down the old New World Order toiletto, let's move now to Breitbart. If you can't kill somebody or put them in prison, well, you just suicide them, which is the next best thing to killing them, because you really did kill them and the sheeple don't know it. We have the coroner dead, and now we have the top witness to Breitbart's death vanishing. Only a day after Los Angeles coroner released Breitbart's autopsy report, a photographic technician at the coroner's office died suddenly of suspicious causes. And it goes on to report that it looks like that he may have been the first person to actually see him at the scene. He died of natural causes, Bannon said. The family wants the matter put to rest. The WorldNet Daily is beginning to irritate me with suspicious foul play talk. After recruiting the assistance of private investigators, WorldNet Daily found that Lasseter, a 26-year-old witness who saw Breitbart drop dead, is no longer residing at his last known address in California. 3, Breitbart was walking down the apparent distress when he stepped to the curb and fell like a sack of potatoes, he said. He noted that Breitbart's skin color was bright red, which is not typically associated with heart attack victims. And, of course, the report goes on, he had dinner with Bill Ayers a month before he died and said he had bombshell information about Obama at communist meetings. And, of course, that footage was never released. Some mild garbage was of him endorsing some socialist. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.